Globetrotters, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Lori, and in this community, we aim to educate, motivate, and inspire each other in all things travel related. So if you love travel and you think it's a vibe, if you learn something new as you're watching the video, then be sure to click on that red subscribe button down below, join the tribe, click on that thumbs up button, show YouTube that you like it so the algorithm can push the video out to more people. And also feel free to share this video with anyone who you feel may benefit from its content as well. So today we're talking about travel insurance. I'll be completely honest with you. I rarely get travel insurance. And honestly, I just started getting it in my later years once I had my child. And once I started having more health issues and started having more family members with health issues, then I started considering it more. To me, it's sort of like getting that extended warranty on an appliance, getting that extended warranty on a phone or some other electronic device, or even getting extended warranties on services. You know, there's all these things being added. I don't even get extended warranties on cars because I feel, and the data shows, which I'll share with you, the data shows that more often than not, the extended warranties and all of these special insurances do not cover what you really and truly want it to cover. They cover a lot of ancillary things that may rarely, if ever, happen. And, you know, yes, we have health insurance for a reason and dental insurance for a reason, but we are not talking about those kinds of things. We're talking about these optional types of insurances. With travel insurance, I'm going to give you a breakdown of when is a good time to consider getting travel insurance, when it may be worth your while, and when actually it may be a waste of your time and your money getting this travel insurance. It's completely up to you. I'm not trying to tell you what to do here. I'm just trying to educate you, give you the information, and then you make the decisions as you see fit. If the information is helpful to you, then you're welcome. If not, I didn't make this up. Someone else made this up, okay? So let's get right into the information. Whether you call it revenge travel or boomerang travel, we all know that since the pandemic ended, people have been returning to traveling en masse. Once they felt safe, they have been going everywhere, by car, by plane, by cruise, whatever mode of transportation they choose, they have been traveling. And if you are one of those people, every time you go to purchase your travel, you notice that there is always an option to purchase additional travel insurance, whether at the rental car checkout counter or at the checkout online for your airline ticket or for your train ticket or even for your cruise. There is an option to purchase travel insurance. So what exactly is travel insurance? Well, let's look at an exact definition from Investopedia. They define it as a type of insurance covering financial losses associated with traveling, and it can be useful protection for domestic or international travel. Travel insurance can cost between 4 and 10% of your overall trip. So I think it bears careful consideration for you to ensure that it is worth your while, worth your money before you purchase such insurance. In general, it covers trip cancellation, flight delays, personal accidents, lost baggage, and emergency cases and evacuation. Of course, it varies by the coverage that you choose, by the company that you choose to go with. If you have medical conditions, if the person you're traveling with has medical conditions, or if you care for someone who has medical conditions, you know, if you have a child, they come home with bugs all the time, some kind of sickness, some kind of illness, some kind of virus that they catch. If you're taking international trips and you have to consider someone's medical conditions, because usually your medical insurance will not travel with you internationally. It will not cover you when you travel internationally. So consider that. Of course, call up your medical insurance, find out beforehand. So if you're taking a trip internationally, you may want to consider having travel medical insurance because there are a number of benefits to that as well, including having access to quality healthcare, keeping your costs low, getting home in a medical emergency. such as a medical evacuation. I always consider this when I'm going on a cruise. If you're considering traveling during the holidays, for instance, the day before Thanksgiving in the United States is the busiest travel day of the year. If you're planning to travel during any of the big holidays, if you're traveling during hurricane season, because those are acts of God, your airline may not reimburse you. So if you have separate insurance, then that insurance should cover you. If you have a complicated itinerary, for instance, if you have multiple connections, or if perhaps one of your connections is through London and you're landing in London Heathrow, but your next flight is leaving out of London Gatwick, you have to pay special attention to that because, of course, there are logistical issues that you have to cover from getting from one airport to the next. So you may consider getting insurance just in case one flight is delayed in its arrival time and you miss your connecting flight due to traffic or what have you. So when would I not get travel insurance? Well, if I'm traveling solo, if I'm not responsible for anyone who has any medical conditions, if I'm traveling inexpensively. So if I'm taking one of the budget airlines, for instance, or I'm using miles that I know can be reimbursed to me, if I can absorb the cost of that trip, then yes, I will not consider travel insurance. If I'm traveling last minute, especially because I've been doing a lot more last minute travel, then I don't have to think about months in advance if the weather is going to change. And the caveat here is that I usually travel carry-on only, so I'm not worried about lost luggage. I'm not worried about my luggage not making the flight, having there be a delay or something like that. And I always build in extra time for important events. If it's a wedding, if it's a funeral, if it's a interview, if it's a conference presentation, what have you, I build in extra time to make sure I get there on time so that there wouldn't be so much of an interruption. And my overall perspective is that if there's a delay, it just gives me enough time to do something else, to check out an airport lounge, to check out a city that I hadn't been in before, or something like that. So you never know. Also, if I know that my credit card, that my AAA membership, that my some other membership that I may have, if you have AARP, you may want to look into that. But there are so many other memberships that you may have that may already offer you travel insurance. So I will purchase my trip with a card that gives me additional insurance in addition to whatever the airlines offer with your ticket price. I will also make sure that I call and I ask for as much detail as possible. I take detailed notes of the date, the time, take down names, because if anything, you need to follow up, you need to have a trail, you need to have proof of all of the information that you have. In addition, I read the fine print. You should always read the fine print on the websites, in the paperwork that they send you. They will send you an email. Usually it's best if you are purchasing travel insurance to purchase that insurance at the time that you're booking your travel. Because if anything happens between when you book your travel and whenever that mishap occurs and you don't have insurance, you can't retroactively get insurance. So if you know you may need it and something may occur, the best time to purchase it is at the time when you're purchasing your airline ticket, booking your rental car, getting your cruise, whatever it is. Insurance is always best when you have it and don't need it, rather than when you need it and don't have it. Therefore, in the unfortunate event that you may need to actually file a claim, make sure that you keep as detailed a record as possible. Make sure before you even take your trip that you take pictures of your passport, of all of your travel documents, the first page of your passport that includes your passport number, that is. Make sure that you take pictures and video of your luggage, of the contents of your luggage, any expensive items you may have in there. If you had to visit a doctor, make sure you keep those doctor's notes. Receipts for your urgent care visit, your hospital visit, your doctor's visit, the hotel room where you had to stay because of your trip interruption, the receipts for the clothing that you had to buy because you did not have your luggage, receipts for the food you had to purchase, again, because of trip interruption, all of those things. Make sure that you keep those in a safe drive place. So there you have it, a really simple breakdown, a quick breakdown of when it's advantageous to get travel insurance and when not. Some different places where you may get travel insurance for free that you may not have considered before, so you don't have to pay any additional dollars for it. And then, of course, when not to get travel insurance. So tell me in the comments down below, when do you guys get travel insurance? Do you get travel insurance? Do you get all those extended warranties that are offered to you whenever you check out from purchasing an appliance or a service? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're not done watching, I'm going to link another video here and here so you guys can watch after this one is complete. Remember to value experiences over things, because travel is the only thing you buy that truly makes you richer. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.